Right. I've just very briefly popped onto the stage to just say thank you to you. We've been down here for the weekend with Six Music. You've seen the banners. We've been absolutely pumping out music from this festival into Six Music across the internet and on digital radio right through the weekend. We've had sessions and interviews and the music from the live stage. But the great thing, the really great thing for us about this gathering is the atmosphere. It's been wonderful this weekend, and I wanted just to come out and say thank you very much on behalf of Six Music for that. And it's a terrific event. Hope to be back again next year. So thank you.
Introducing a gentleman who's been with me for all these Landmine shows we've been doing for the last 3 years all over the world. He's a singer, he's a songwriter, he's an author, he has started his own theater company in Nashville, Tennessee. He's an extraordinary political activist. He definitely can be counted on to speak his mind. He's a true Renaissance man, and he is my captain, Steve Earle. For a very, very good cause. And but there is a woman who really set the bar for raising one's voice in song, with a heart full of courage to touch the hearts and minds of people everywhere. She has truly changed the world, and we are so honored, so humbled, so thrilled to have her join us tonight. Please welcome the Queen, Joan Baez. We have a native son with us tonight, a gentleman who really stands with all the great, in the tradition of the great troubadours like Woody Guthrie, who really told it like it is, told it like it was, told it like it should be, and doesn't hold anything back. He's a fantastic person. I've enjoyed riding on the bus with him and getting to know about things like Builder's Tea. Please welcome Billy Bragg. Daughter of your fair country. She is one of the most distinctive voices to ever come along in pop and rock music. She rocks with more class than anybody you'll ever come across, and she's my dear friend. I'm so glad to finally have her involved in these shows that she's tried to do for so long, and it finally came together on this particular tour. Please welcome my friend Chrissie Hynde. It doesn't happen very often when you have somebody that's actually from the place you're playing. I don't speak English. I'm from Alabama. Oh, well, you look great. Now I know. Wilderstein and Grevos. Boy, I'm going to come away from this tour with a real education. Okay, well, I'm going to tell you about something we have in the South called the Red Dirt Girl. Me and my best friend Lily in a blue tick hound doggy, sitting on the front porch, cooling in the shade, singing every song on the radio. Waiting on the hour on the sun to go down to the red dirt girls in the red dirt town. Me and Lily just across the line in the little southeast of Marine. Loved your brother, I remember back when he was fixing up a 49. Told her little sister gonna ride the wind up around the moon and back. Never got farther than Vietnam. I was standing there with her when the telegram come to Lillian. Now he's lying somewhere about 1,000,000 miles from Meridian.
ever wanted that to do, just knew time lanes are coming Sunday. Well, the sheriff could call and send chickens and such for the time it needs to. And one day his daddy took a $10 bill and tucked it in his hand. He said, I could tell you headed for trouble, son, and your mama wouldn't understand. So he took that money and his brother's old band and left without a word of thanks. Fell into the crowd with some boy in town and took the rock back. Ever run out fast and the years came and went. Just trapped in an alley and out of lane and all before she'll spin. And he realized praying was the only thing that he had never tried. Well, he wasn't sure he knew quite how, but he looked up to the sky. Said, I don't know me nothing, Father, no Lord, don't know nothing you. I ain't asking for a miracle, Lord, just a little bit of love to do. I ain't never prayed before, but it'll always seem to me the praying's the same as begging, Lord, and I don't take no cheer. Yeah, right now, Lord, I'm back to the wall, can't help but recall how they damn near hung me for stealing a house in Fort Smith, Arkansas. The judge Parker said guilty and the gavel came down like a cannon shot. And I went away quietly and I began to violent plot. Well, they sent the preacher down the cell and said the Lord is your only hope. He's the only friend that you're gonna have when you hit the end of Parker's Road. I guess he could have kept on preaching at Christmas, but he turned his back on me. Out the homemade blade with that golden throat, that's a deputy to the key. I'll get some help from you, Lord. The devil himself has been strictly touch and go. Who in the hell am I talking to? Ain't no one here with me. And then he cocked both his pistols and he spit in the dirt and then walked out in that street.
Fairly recently, and we were endowed, or rather we were handed our president in the States. I was looking for some song that would give some idea of how I felt. It's not a new song, it is a Steve Earle song.
The Democrats rehearse
might be a Camelot for Jack and Jacqueline, and the Che Guevara highlight filling up with gasoline. Donald Rumsfeld's brother spies and rich ladies crying. She's disappointment, so he walks over and he's trying to sympathise with her. But he thinks that he should warn her that the B-52s are flying. In the former Soviet Union, the citizens demand to know why they're still the target of strategic air command, and they shake their fists in anger and respectfully suggest we take the money from our missiles and spend it on the NHS. The Cold War now is over, but the stakes are getting higher. I'm frightened of collateral damage and of friendly fire, and I don't believe we can defeat no axis of evil by putting smart bombs in the hands of dumb people. Mixing pop and politics, they ask me what the use is. I offer up my acupuncturist and my masseuses while looking down the corridor. That's where my ego is waiting. I'm looking for the new world order. You know where we are, the new world order? Right up the arse of the United States of America. John Brazil's organised. All my race got fat. Even after all this time, you can still send me a fax. You can be active with the activist or sleeping with the media while you're waiting for the great reports. I want reports to interact with politics, get me the sack, waiting for the great reports. Well, here comes the future and you can't run from it. You've got a talent and I want to be on it. I'm waiting for the reports. In a perfect world we all sing some, but there ain't nobody that can sing like me. Well, you're ruining my key. So join the struggle while you may. The revolution's just a land free worldwide when you're waiting for the great reborn.
Dangerous and subversive songwriters. And those guys have been bossing me around too. And I love that when it's from the right guy. Anyway, this next one is written about a guy who's he lives outside the law. And he lives outside the law because to be honest, you have to live outside the law. And he lives by his principles, and he's crazy about me. I want to dedicate this one to Steve and Billy.
They tell me you're a dangerous lover. That might be true. Oh, but I'd never ride with another.
I'm so sorry. Can you get my voice down too? Sorry,
Maybe they've never had their arms around anything so wild and free. You bring the biker out in me. I can't understand it. Why people give you grief. You play the one-arm bandit like an outlaw with a belief. To them it's the norm for a man to conform to a godless society. You bring the biker out of me, baby. You bring the biker out of me. Because you've no interest in the struggle to obtain status and bogus desires that drive most people insane. You who have nothing have something that only the 1% could ever see. Bring the biker out of me. Biker out of me.
I did this song last night and I was in the middle of it and I realized I haven't played guitar in a couple of weeks, I guess. Boy, did my fingers hurt. I'm gonna try it again tonight, see if I can recover some of those lost chords that didn't quite get played. But it reminded me of when I first got so turned on to music through Joan's records. And I would sit with this guitar chord book, Introduction to Folk Music, Volumes 1 and 2. And I had a guitar. My grandfather got me a guitar in a pawn shop in Birmingham, Alabama. And for a long time I didn't know that you could have a guitar that didn't have letters painted on it. It had a big K. It was a $30 K guitar that should have been used for slide, but I didn't know the difference. And so I was trying to press those strings down. And there was a lot of blood in the strings. Hopefully it won't be so bad tonight. I did learn how to hammer on. Last night I dreamed about you, dreamed that you were older. You were looking like Picasso with a scar across your shoulder. You were kneeling by the river. You were digging up the bodies buried long ago. Michelangelo. Last night I dreamed about you. I dreamed you were cooking on a highway alone to find the
Designed specifically to scare the living shit out of you. And the reason it should be scary is because it's about us.
Took the mighty mountains, shook in the trees to the knee, zero limit. One day they said the sky gave way, death rained down and made it
never say never. It's always best to keep it in mind. Never tower, never will tumble. No matter how strong, no matter how tall. Some even great walls crumble. Never I will ever raise fall. Some even man's best laid plans lie just in covered in rust. We done all that we can, but stick to a hand ashes to ashes and dust.
He's rascal enough for all of you. Now for something completely different. I wanted to do a ballad, and so I thought back to when I first fell in love with folk music, and they were all ballads, and they were all long, and they were all sad. If somebody didn't die, I didn't usually do them. And back then, when I recorded, actually I just stood next to the big black and white dog and sang Into the Tulip. And this was sort of the ultimate folk song. I think we did one take on this. I was very proud of that.
There is a wedding in the Leicester town. never have shamed me. Last night there were 4 Marys, tonight there'll be but 3. There was Mary sing and Mary weep and Mary Carmichael and
One of the other places you get to do this kind of stuff is some of the folk festivals, particularly in North America, particularly in Canada, where they put people together in what they call workshops at the side of the stage, and people get to sort of sit and play. I always end up, surprisingly enough, on the politics workshop. I always have to come along and sing those songs. But hey, that's my gig, that's what I do. I don't know problem with any of that. But I was at the Winnipeg Folk Festival last month, and there was a workshop there called Things We Stole from Bob Dylan. It was a 48-hour workshop. There was a queue at the back of the stage, and it's probably still going on for a while. At the time, poor old Bob was being castigated for nicking a couple of lines out of some obscure Japanese novel. I think that's so unfair. I think all the stuff we've nicked from him. It just seems really this song is no exception. Although actually, Joan, you were inspirational in the writing of this song, because I was in a record shop somewhere, and there was a listening post, one of those fabulous listening postings, and it had this CD playing it, and there was a live version of you and his Bodness singing the song that inspired this, and it was. I thought to myself, as you often do, listening to these sort of things, oh, that's a good song. And following the unpleasantness with regard to Iraq, I thought maybe I should start, you know, they do it so well, maybe I should start doing this song. It's a damn good song. But then I thought, I'll just do what I normally do. I'll just nick a couple of lines and write my own damn song. So that's what's called the folk tradition, those of you. So you may know. Joan, you may recognise the first 2 lines, but the rest of it don't. It's called The Wolf Covers His Tracks. Oh, my name, it ain't nothing. My age means less. I'm far from my home, flying over the Midwest. And as I look down on some far city lights, I ask God to watch over my family tonight. I'm tired of hearing the gods on the side of suicide bombers and jet planes that fly, that drop bombs on civilians to even the score. Where's the God of the children in the rubble of war? Self-martyred, at least have a choice. Vengeful war.
butcher bird sings an eye for an eye, and echoes the words, love howls to the sky when they call out their God to justify their attacks. The butcher bird smiles, the wolf covers its tracks.
I'd love to hear Joan sing that.
My Jonas.
It's been such a weird weekend. I can't.
I never think I have a sense of humor, so I'm bowled over.
It's not that. It's just to be up here with all these great people. It's just doing my head in. Thank you for watching. Can you do it?
Well, enough from Billy. Well, I thought while I was here, it'd be awfully nice if I could sing a song with Emmylou Harris. I mean, who wouldn't want to, really? Everyone's dream come true first. So I thought, Emmy, will you sing a song with me?
I happen to have the words.
Totally unrehearsed, ladies and gentlemen.
You didn't do this bit last night.
And we thought, well, why not do a song by a great songwriter?
What we do?
So,
Another great grandpa.
Billy,
What's his name?
how about that one that we did on that the record that we put together?
How about what?
Why don't we do that song that we
did on the tribute record to Graham.
yeah, and on the show
I
last
have to
night?
have the words,
Why don't we dedicate this song to the Queen, her Joanness?
All right.
She came from the land of the cotton, a land that was nearly forgotten by everyone. And she worked and she slaved so hard. A big old field was her backyard in the Delta sun. She sure could sing. She sure could sing. He looked down and it took a little pity. Oh, John swore he decided he'd help his son. He didn't mind that she wasn't very pretty. Deep inside his heart, he knew she was the only one. Oh, she sure could sing. Oh, she sure could sing. She had faith, she had believed, to let all the people songs by the river. Even when she knew for sure she had to go away. She never knew what her life was to do. Never had to worry about it for one single day.
Except sound check without you.
So we haven't got any mountains, unfortunately.
There are mountains
We have
somewhere.
1 in 4 people apparently said on the news, I left hotel, 1 in 4 Britons today has gone to the coast.
Oh, is
we
it?
know in Leicester. We're all here. We're all
We're
here.
so grateful to have you here. And let's look at that. I mean, we're having such a good time up here singing for you, and hopefully you're enjoying it. But I do want to take a moment for us to talk about the reason we're here, which is the campaign for LandmineFree World. And this is the this campaign is the work of one amazing person that I've gotten to know over the years. He took a bullet in Vietnam when he was serving over there as an American officer and lost the use of his legs, paralyzed his legs, but it didn't paralyze his heart, his courage, or his will to spend the rest of his life working for the victims of war and making people's lives better. And he spent so much of his time in the last few years working on the campaign to ban landmines, which won the Nobel Peace Prize. And as great as that was, the work of getting landmines out of the ground still continues. Every 20 minutes, someone is killed or maimed by a landmine. But I want this gentleman to come out and speak to you because he speaks more passionately and more eloquently than anyone you will ever encounter. Please welcome my dear friend, Bobby Muller.
And by far, tonight's the edgiest performance we've had, and it reflects in the degree of participation we're getting out there. So, thanks for participating. You know, there's obviously a hell of a lot of injustice in the world, and there's a lot of needs out there, and every one of them gets connected to some organization or some group that tries to call attention to it and to try and do something about it. That's a heck of a chorus of righteousness out there. And it's wonderful, but for each and every one of us that tries to get, our message out there, to educate people and to get support, it makes it really tough. And I'll tell you, nothing has allowed this campaign to go forward over the years more than the series of concerts. These are ambassadors of justice, and they've made all the difference in the world. Thank you all. LandmineFree World is in its 13th year. We're operating clinics to help people in rehabilitation programs in countries around the world. We're helping to try and rid the world of the more than 100 million landmines that are buried. But the true origin really goes back to the war that I was in, the Vietnam War, where landmines were responsible for more casualties amongst our troops than any other weapon. And we have America's leading senior combat military leaders, from General Schwarzkopf to former chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, behind this campaign. So don't let anybody lay that line of baloney on you that landmines are a friend of the soldier, because they're not. But our experience in Vietnam was nothing compared to what I came to understand in the neighboring country of Cambodia, which is the true tragedy of America's war in Indochina. It's a society that was totally dismantled, went through auto-genocide, and had the role of landmines, because it's the poor man's war, rise to an unprecedented level in the experience of war. When we started our work in Cambodia, in the marketplace in the capital city of Phnom Penh, you could literally buy a landmine for 50 cents. They were all over the place. There were more landmines buried in that country than there were people. It was estimated that there were between 10 to 12 million landmines buried in that country. Now, you could understandably say, hey, look, war is hell. You know, why do you focus specifically on landmines? And there's a bunch of really compelling reasons. Number one, as an infantry officer, I will tell you, I did not personally have a problem bringing fire on enemy soldiers. I had one hell of a problem with the violence that we unleashed in terms of the civilians that were caught up. And all of this crap that we're hearing about smart weapons, let me tell you, it's basically horseshit. In World War I, 95% of the casualties were military guys. They were soldiers. In the last 30 years, more than 90% of the casualties in conflicts around the world have been innocent civilians. There is nothing that leads that slaughter of innocents more than the landmine, because the landmine is representative of what's gone on in terms of total indiscriminate nature of violence. Every other weapon that we use in a war, you point a rifle, you target your artillery, you command your jet strikes. The only one that you don't do anything in terms of controlling is the landmine. You set the charge, you hide it by burying it in the ground, and you let whoever happens to come along and step on it become the victim. And we know that 90% of the people that wind up stepping on these landmines are the innocent civilians. The other thing that is distinctive about the landmine is that at the end of our conflicts, we put all of the tanks away, the artillery pieces, the rifles go back, the machine guns into the armories. The only ones that stay out there doing what they were so horribly designed to do are the landmines. They don't have off switches, and they will go on for sometimes 30, 40, 50 years after the conflicts have ended and peace agreements have been reached to go on and do exactly what it is that they were designed to do. Let me talk about that third special element, the design feature of the landmine. The landmine is specifically designed and has been actually marketed and advertised on the basis that it will not kill the person that steps on it if it's an adult person. It is designed to maim you, to cripple you, because the benefits that you get out of that is if you're in the field and one of your guys winds up getting caught in a minefield and loses his leg on a traumatic amputation, he's going to be out there screaming and crying, and that has a demoralizing effect on the rest of the soldiers. The other problem is that you then got to deal with that person. You got to somehow get into that minefield. You got to get a medevac, and the logistical drain that it puts on you is considered to be an added benefit. I will tell you lastly that of all of the combat injuries, the two that stand out in my mind are burn cases and the traumatic amputations because of landmines, in terms of the amount of pain and suffering that those particular types of injuries inflict. One of the guys in my organization, a bilateral amputee from landmines in Vietnam, has had 17 operations over the years to resect that leg. So it is an injury that oftentimes has a life of pain and suffering. And when you realize that it is by design that that was achieved, it makes it particularly horrific. In Cambodia, when we started our operation, there were over 500 new innocent casualties every single month. We set up clinics and we came to understand better who these people are. They were the poorest of the poor. They were the peasants. They were the ones that had to expand the land for agricultural purposes. They were the children that would bring animals to graze out in the fields, or simply sometimes play around their home, going the path along the field, along the riverbed. Or, as we documented several years ago, as the leading cause of landmine casualties, it was women that would go into the forest to gather firewood to sell in the marketplace because of the economic necessity to do so. But it's more than the tens of thousands that are killed and crippled that make this such a devastating weapon. It's the absolute numbers that go out there and contaminate the land and denied the land from agricultural and useful purposes. In our clinic in Angola, we operate in Luena, in the eastern portion of the country. Every single day, the United Nations flies 17 tons of food to Luena to feed 100,000 people in the refugee camp, even though it's incredibly fertile land. And the reason that we do this is because of landmines around the villages that prevent people, again, from using their land. There's nothing unique about this in being either Cambodia or Angola. It's true in Kurdistan, it's true in Iran, Iraq, in Afghanistan, Nicaragua, El Salvador, wherever we've had these conflicts. And once we understood the magnitude of impact that this weapon has, it is truly a weapon of mass destruction, but it takes its toll one limb and one life at a time. And we said this is unacceptable. And the world community, including right here in the UK, and the Mines Advisory Group, one of our key partner organizations, put together a moral call to the world and said, eliminate this weapon. And the result was, as Emmy said, an international treaty came together, 144 countries have signed that treaty, and this campaign was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize. But signatures on a piece of paper are not enough. We've got to continue to work with this campaign and clean up the lands, remove those mines, continue to provide services to people. And I will tell you something. As Emmy said, I took a bullet through the chest. I was paralyzed from the chest down. I spent a year in a hospital. But me and a lot of my compatriots understand. We got help. We got medical care. We got rehabilitation. We got mobility. We got the ability to go back into society and live useful, purposeful, enjoyable lives. We go over there and we meet these people and we provide them artificial limbs. We provide them wheelchairs. The children, we give them orthotic devices. We've begun the process of reintegration through rehabilitation. We give them mobility. I cannot imagine at this stage of life being denied the use of my wheelchair. Once we give people hope, once we give them opportunity, we cannot break the faith. We have to be there. We have to replace those broken parts. We have to continue the services. We will be back with more concerts. We hope you see you again. We're going to take a short break. Thanks a lot for watching.
I get my plane ticket, I'm there, baby. I love it there. This is a song that kind of drifted down from the cosmos on a night that I got the very sad news that June Carter Cash was gravely ill. I'd spoken to her daughter Rose and her husband John. And it ended up being a song about John and June, but thinking about it, I hope it also goes to be about long-term, successful, beautiful marriages, of which I grew up in the shade tree of one, that of my mother and my father. And my mother is here tonight. She's my great inspiration. It's great to have that love at first sight. It's a wonderful thing, but it's only after years of being together and of developing what I came to see as infinite kindness toward one another that really makes a marriage work. So that's what the song is about. He was a tall man, raised up from the fields in a hard land, where the ground was poor and the wood was rotten like wet sore. All those bad times were forgotten, they believed, she was a strong hand, a good sister and We're going to go clockwise? Whatever that direction is. We're going to go to the other way.
Easy. Play, not implement my life. Well, this one's to my friends, all my friends.
On by the canal, you can see the memories. Last night's rather ugly, as left by the local tenants. These are the gifts they get free in shopping malls. This is a real life that's spread across the tunnel walls. You know, friends are. Tried to leave here for a working holiday. You said your mother, I needed you 2,000 miles away. But no sooner on the tarmac, you were meant to be told. We've been waiting for you, you just can't even know. You know, your friends are.
We had an edgy moment last night down in Chrissie Street, Edinburgh, when Emmylou mentioned perhaps the most famous person in the UK associated with the Landmines campaign, Princess Diana. There was a kind of moment there of just sort of tumbleweeds passing through Prince's Gardens, but you know, you may have ambivalent feelings about the personality and that, but she went there. She made this issue that brought us together. She made it headline news, and that's a damn sight more than the rest of them did. So, we Chrissie, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to sing a song with her, and as Chrissie dedicated hers to Joan, I'd like to dedicate mine to my good friend Steve Earle. This old town's filled with sin, it'll swallow you in. You got some money to burn, take it home right away. You got 3 years to pay. Satan is waiting his turn. This old earthquake's gonna leave me in the poorhouse. It seems like this whole town's insane. On the 31st floor, the gold-plated door won't keep out the Lord's burning rain. The scientists say it'll all wash away, but we don't believe anymore. 'Cause we got all the recruits and that Negro suit, so pretty sure you're right at the door. This old earthquake's gonna leave me in the poorhouse. It seems like this whole town's insane. On the 31st floor, the gold-plated door won't keep out the Lord's burning rain. Friend came around, tried to clean up this town. His ideas made some people mad, but he trusted his crowd, so he spoke right out loud, and they lost the best friend they had. This old earthquake's gonna leave me in the poorhouse. It seems like this whole town's insane. On the 31st floor, the gold-plated door won't keep out the Lord's burning rain. On the 31st floor, the gold-plated door won't keep out the Lord's burning rain. Thank you so much, Steve. Emmylou.
Oh, he's walking down Princess Street in Edinburgh. Turns out my grandfather preached in that modest little church at the end of Princess Street. I was looking for a modest little church because my mother said, you know, Daddy preached at the little church on Princess Street. There's that massive thing at the end of Princess Street, very overwhelming. Anyway, Chrissie brought a camera. I was taking pictures of me in my granddad's church. And we did walk the length of Princess Street, and we passed this statue. She was humming something, it was all coming together, and I looked up at the statue, Sir Walter Scott. And he looked like the first songwriter I'd ever known. And that was Tim Harden. So it looks like Tim Harden. So we continued humming, and this is what we ended up with.
Joan turned and said to me after one of my songs last night, fucking
I sort of got into the idea of writing duets that were designed to be duets a few years back, and I've written one for like every record I've made in the last few years. I wrote one for myself and Lucinda Williams. I wrote one for myself and Siobhan Kennedy. I wrote one for myself and my sister, and they were all specifically written to sing with those singers. Iris DeMent, and Amy was starting to get pissed. So I made this one up.
Wow.
will burn. Don't blame him. All right, well, I know, I'm not going to dedicate a song to all you people. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for doing this. I mean, this has been fantastic for me. I don't know how it's been for you. I got a couple of very, very dear friends here tonight. We go back to high school. We didn't even go to the same high school. But we love folk music, and we met Fletcher and I met at a folk music club in D.C., a hoop nanny at the place called Cellar Door, and we've been friends for so many years. And his sister, also a great friend of mine, and she's here tonight, and Amy has really been through the war. She's suffered a lot in the last couple of years, and she has come roaring back. She's here tonight. It's so great to see her, my dear friend, and this is for you. Oh, the dragons are gonna fly away. They're circling low and inside tonight. It's another round of losing fight. Out along the great divide tonight. We are in an ancient war, seeking out some half-remembered shore. We drink our fill still with thirst for more, asking if there's no hell, what is this hunger for?
care.
These wonderful songwriters and to hang out with them and listen to them sing and hear their songs. But I would like to do a song now for all of the songwriters, probably in this audience, you know, who aren't well known, because a lot of people write songs, and there's a lot of wonderful music and songs out there that we never get to hear. And this next song was actually written by a mate that I went to high school with. I hadn't seen her for about 20 years, and someone gave me a tape, and it was just some songs she sung on a little tape recorder with a piano. And anyway, this is for all the great unsung songwriters. And this is one that she wrote. Her name is Meg Teen.
Let me inside you, into your room. I've heard it's lined with the things you don't show. Lay me beside you, down on the floor. I've been your lover from the womb to the tomb. I dress as your daughter when the moon becomes round. You be my mother when everything's gone, and she will always carry on. Some things is lost, but some things are found. They will keep on speaking. Some things change, some stay the same. Keep beckoning to me from behind that closed door. The maid and the mother and the crone that's grown old. I hear your voice coming out of that hole. I listen to you and I want some more. I listen to you and I want some more. And she will always carry on. Something is lost, but something is found. They will keep on speaking. Some things change, some stay the same. She will always carry on. Some things are lost, but some things are found. They will keep on speaking her name. Some things change, some stay the same.
had to follow that. That's the tough thing about this job. And I was a bit worried when I first came up, you know, that I would get so much into the show that I'd start relaxing and not keep a bit of edge. So I thought, what I'll do is I'll play a song I haven't written yet. That's the piece of paper there. I was at the Vancouver Folk Festival last month, and I met a guy there who was making blues records, and he said the best thing is you find these old blues guys now, and they're all into jazz, and they don't want to play the blues anymore. So what we do is we get them in the studio and we force them to play only slide guitar. And I said, well, why is that? How does that help? And he said, well, you know, most of them they can do it, but they just can't quite do it. So it's so edgy and really sounds great because it's got all this edge to it. And I thought, wow, I can't quite play slide guitar either. Maybe I could be edgy as well. So, introducing my edgy slide guitar self. I'm almost old enough to qualify as a blues guy now as well. And this is a song about Leadbelly, who was a great inspiration to Woody Guthrie. Wrote a song called The Bourgeois Blues, which is, yeah, well, it's my take on it, I guess. The boys in Iraq want know they're fighting for. It's George W. Bush's re-election war. I've got the bourgeois blues.
They can't women and children.
What? Now see what you bloody started?
Oh, no, she hasn't. Oh, yes, she has.
This is my song, thou God of all the nations, a song of peace for lands afar and wide. This is my home, the country where my heart is. Here are my hopes, my dreams, my holy shrine. But other hearts in other lands are beating with hopes and dreams as true and high as mine. My country's skies are bluer than the ocean, and sunlight beams on clover leaf and pine. But other lands have sunlight too, and clover, and skies are everywhere as blue as mine. Oh, hear my song, thou God of all nations, a song of peace for their lands and for mine.
And now I get to follow that. We're here.
Come on, your Steveness, it won't be a problem.
I can tell when I make up for sheer audacity. They're here about a really horrific weapon, and banning weapons is that we've made, correcting mistakes that we've made as human beings is really important. But I think it's also important to remember that once we do away with that weapon, what we really need to work on is us, so that we won't fucking do it again. And this is a song that I think gets misinterpreted sometimes. I've seen people, we have a lot of talk about handguns in my country. I've heard people on both sides of that issue claim this song for their own, and neither one of them are listening. So it's called The Devil's Right Hand.
About the time Daddy left to fight the big war, saw my first pistol in a general store, I was 13, I was the finest thing I ever had seen. That's the fact that was ugly when it grew up. Mama dropped a dozen eggs, she really blew up, didn't understand. Mama says the pistol's the devil's right hand, devil's right hand, devil's right hand. Mama says the pistol is the devil's right hand. Y'all, my first pistol was a cannonball Colt. She was fast and loud, but she loaded my soul, my soul. Soon I found trouble that you can't get yet. Then I went and got myself a cold 45. Called a peacemaker and didn't do why. Didn't understand. Mama said the pistol, the devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. Mama said the pistol is the devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. Mama said the pistol is the devil's right hand. Shot the dog down, shot the dog down. Watch a man fall. David took his horse and never had a chance to draw. I was in the morning and the drug man in a bed. Asked me how I pleaded not guilty. I said not guilty. I said, got the wrong man. Never touch the trigger, but the devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. Mama says the pistol is the devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. The devil's right hand. Never touch the trigger, but the devil's right hand.
Friend Nikki from Leicester, who is in Palestine on a solidarity visit. All right. Hey, Nikki! Yo! We should thank also, we thank Maple. We got Dean out there in the sound and Doug on the monitors here, and Dan to put it all together. We got Chris and Steve. And anybody else I'm forgetting? That so many people that put it together. My dear friend Gail Griffin, who's traveled over here with Bobby, and who is the reason I'm here, because she was working for Bobby and I knew Gail. And so, hey, it's all one big happy family. There's so many people that had a lot to do with putting this together, and I want to thank them. And then I'm going to turn to Steve.